Welcome to Sophomore Swag. Good morning, welcome back to another episode. I decided today there's birds everywhere. I'm going to take you on a journey with me today, and I'm going to show you everything that I do, starting from headed to school, what I do there. After school, I have a club meeting, and my mentor is coming today, and I'll tell you all about that. So come on. Can you hear the birds? Come along with me, and you can see how it works. All right. One thing I want to show you is the first thing I have to do every day is pack a lunch, because if I don't have a lunch, then I have nothing to eat because I'm a vegan. So today I'm going to have an orange. Let's see what else is in here. I got two bananas, and I don't know if you can see this, but I just got some pasta in here. You can see this little pasta in there, and it's like a vegan marinara. And then that jar there is overnight oats, right? So I've got some food to eat throughout the day. If I don't do that, then I'll have no food because there's no vegan vending machine food there. So it's all like M&Ms and crackers with cheese and that sort of thing. All right, let's get going. We're on our way. And when I say we're on our way, I mean the two of us, because Lex goes to school to where I teach. So it's a nice option to not have to worry about picking him up or anything like that, because he's just with me there. All right, let's go. All right, here we are. Gotta find the light switch, which is all the way at the other end of this room for some reason. And let's get the lights on. All right. There's my little coding robots. The kids do Python coding, and they control the robots. That's one of them right there. And then they run them on these lines on the floor to see if it follows the patterns that they create and the speed and all that. You can kind of see that's what they're doing here. So we're working on that. One of the things I did is put up this standing desk. It was from my house, and I never used it, but now I can just stand here and do all my work. So I'm absolutely loving this. So I'm using a Pear Deck plugin for Chrome here. So I can go through my presentation. Here we're doing something on redundancy and high availability for my networking class. And I can take the slides that come with the program, and I can kind of add some questions in here. Like for here, I'm going to ask a question. What is the UPS? And how does that work? What are some of the options it offers? And I'm going to add that onto my slide, and I'll make it red for them. And then I've got this text option here from Pear Deck that I popped in, and you can see here, the Pear Deck is ready where it'll ask the students to respond to this question before I move on to the next slide, right? It'll give them a place to type it right in their Chromebook. And then I can move on and talk about some of the options here. Same thing. I've created a text option here where the students could type in their response to each one of these before I actually give them the answer. I'm just kind of cleaning this slideshow up so when I do this lesson today, it looks presentable. That's kind of what I'm doing there. All right. You can see here, I want to make this bold. I've asked the question here. What do you notice about how this is set up? And then I'm using, if you look over here, I'm using a response here, again, text, where the students will have an option on their screen to text, type in some text. And the great thing about it is once the lesson starts, I can bring up all their answers and see how they're responding. And I'll be able to do a formative assessment. I'll know if they're getting this or not. And if I need to continue working on that and keep teaching it. So doing a little presentation on high availability for networking, and that's what we're doing. Every day I have on the whiteboard what we're doing. I project this on the whiteboard, and you can see on the top it's got like what week we're in, the date. This class is different because I have two separate classes physically in this same class. I've got networking 1 and 2 that has about, 10 students, and I have networking 3 and 4 that has 4 students. So I have about 14 kids in the class, and they're in 2 different classes. So I've got my learning intentions up on the top, which is what I'm trying to teach them. For networking 1 and 2, they're going to understand how redundancy fits into the infrastructure, network infrastructure, to ensure guaranteed connectivity. And if you look over at the success criteria, how will we know if they succeeded? We'll know if they can explain to me how redundancy and high availability keeps local area networks connected and producing. So that's for networking 1 and 2. That's that one class. Then in networking 3 and 4, they're learning something completely different, right? They're learning how to troubleshoot switch connectivity issues and measure if they've done that. So there's physically 2 classes in this one class. Sometimes I'll have a warm-up exercise over here. If there's a half day, I'll post it there. And everything that they do all week long is due on Friday at 5 p.m. And then over here, I have all my blocks in one shot. We don't have periods, we have blocks. And we only have 4 of them a day, plus a lunch, so 5, but one of them for lunch. And you can see I've got my different classes. Block 2 and Block 4, the same class. They're both 10th grade sophomore coding, and that's Python. And then Block 5 is the networking block. So the kids know when they come in, here's my plan for the whole week, so there's no questions there. And then I've got this large rolling whiteboard, which is my daily agenda. For instance, today, we're going to take attendance in honors computer science. That's my 10th grade class. We're gonna do a grade check, let them know what they're missing, if anything. We're gonna finish all our free labs, which is the coding, the code bots, the robots that run on Python. We're gonna take a mind break and talk about some scholarship opportunities I just found. Then we're gonna finish up free labs, and we'll do a wrap up and make sure everyone understands what we did today. Same thing in networking. We'll do an attendance, then we'll do grade check. Networking 1 and 2 is doing 11.5 in the text. Networking 3 and 4 is doing 11.6, which is not the same text. I know 11.5 and 11.6 right after each other, but they're 2 different books. Then they'll have a mind break. I'll talk to them about scholarships. Then we're back to test out, which is our text, and we'll do a wrap up. All right, I'm gonna take a few minutes to eat. First period is my prep period, so I don't have a lot going on other than getting ready. All right, so I've got my overnight oats here, and it's got banana in it, and walnuts and blueberries, and it is so good. Wow. All right, so the mentor's coming. And when you're new to a district, even if you've been working as a teacher for 10 years, which I have not, when you're new to any district, they assign a mentor to you. And the mentor comes every 2 weeks, right? He shows up, he'll email me and say, hey, it's Monday, I'm coming on Wednesday at, from noon to 1. And I'm like, all right. And they just kind of show up here, and he takes notes and emails you after and says, hey, I came at this time, here's what I saw you doing. You said this, you taught them this, you asked questions, you used this tool. I really like that you did this. I didn't know anything about this. I learned a lot. When this person was when this person was saying this, maybe you could have given him the opportunity to do something else or whatever. They'll make some suggestions, right? It's not all bad. It's not all good. It's all just kind of, hey, here's what I saw. And it's just between him and I, or her and I, depending on who it is. For me, it's a guy. But it doesn't go to my principal, or it's not used for my salary or anything like that. It's just kind of a way to have new teachers fit in with the district and to make sure that he's there. He really has a tool if I need help. That's what it is. And he needs to know me to do that, so he comes every 2 weeks. The school year's almost over, and that'll be over. And I'm really glad that that's going to be over. But really, I don't even think about it when he's here. I don't change anything. I just do what I normally do. But the kids act differently when someone's sitting in the class like that. They're not themselves. I really enjoy them when they're being themselves. This oatmeal's so good. So we just went to this Skills USA, which is a leadership organization, career and technology student organization. We just went to states, and I took 48 kids with me to states because they won in regionals or whatever. And 15 of them or 25 of them won medals, and 15 of them won gold. So 15 of them placed first, and now they all qualified to go to nationals in Atlanta in June during summer vacation, which I'll be taking them to. I've worked all year to get them to this point, so they can be on this, journey for nationals. It's a glorious thing. It's very, it's very coveted. So now I've got 15 kids that qualify, and 4 of them have now decided they don't even want to go, right? Which just pisses me off. I know schedules, the summer, it's really hard to do that, but sometimes I feel like we give opportunities to kids and they just throw it away. Like, you know how many people would love to go to this thing and didn't get to go because they didn't win, and then my kids won and they're like, I don't want to go. So that's frustrating. But it's the summer, right? That's when kids have vacation and all that, so it doesn't always work out. But as a teacher and as a parent, like, I want to give my students and my own kid so many opportunities, right, that I didn't have. And when that opportunity is staring you in the face, right, and you're like, you're not going to take it, it's hard to watch. I almost have to learn these lessons over and over again every single time. And then I get right back up and do it again, right? Here's an opportunity, let me do this for you. And then we get there and they're like, I don't want it. I would have done anything to, I did have this opportunity, but I would have done anything to have this opportunity as a student earlier than when I did in senior year. All right, let's get back to work. The kids are going to be here any minute. All right, it's time for lunch, and see if you can see this here. I've got some pasta right here. Just a little kind of pasta marinara. I think some veggies are thrown in there, so like a carbonara type of thing. I'm just going to eat that while I'm doing some work over here. I'm trying to get the Microsoft remote desktop client on a Mac machine, on a really old Mac machine that doesn't have internet. So that's my chore right now. That'll take up most of my 30 minutes of lunch. So that's what I'm doing. All right, you've got 2 minutes before the end of the period. Let's wrap it up. Let's put the Chromebooks away, log out of your applications, take your code bots and put them all back in the boxes. Tables should be just the way you found them. Thank you. 2 minutes. We're almost there. After this, we have one more block and we're done. Seriously. We are done for today. Just grabbing my backpack here. I have it outside because I had to run in and get my wallet. I got some paperwork with me. All right. Headed to the car. The days go by really fast. So the blocks, one after the other. There's only 4 of them. We get involved in our lessons, and the next thing I know, the bell rings. That was the thing about teaching middle school. Like, there was 8 periods. So, the periods went by fast. But here they seem like they go by just as fast. But over there I had 8 of them. Here I've just got 4. So, all right, let's head to the car. Lex is waiting for me out there. We're headed home. All right, we're at a stoplight. We're headed home. Lex and I, right? Okay, Moody Teenagers. All right, that's it for today. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment below. You're a teacher. You watch teacher videos just because you like to see what we go through. And I'll try and do another one of these for you soon. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.